Well, I'm back from the Rocky Mountains, and there is news to come back to. Finally, we have some interesting casting announcements. We've been in sort of a news hiatus for a while, but that's okay. That's okay. That's just part of the pre-production process, but we're finally filming, thank goodness. Finally filming, and didn't even actually know for a while. We printed, well, not printed, printed our first, I think, official retraction now, because we thought they weren't filming, then we found out they were, and first we thought we were, then we found out, oh no, they're not filming, then we found out, oh wait, they are filming. But anyway, now we got a press release earlier today, and we got announcements on some new actors, and then we finally, just a little bit later, found out who they're playing. So, first of all, congrats to Shane Rangi. For Shane, it's going to be so cool to see you again in this movie. I mean, how cool is this? The guy gets to do Lord of the Rings, he gets to do the Chronicles of Narnia, he gets to do 3 Chronicles of Narnia movies, and I'm this is so cool. I mean, how amazing to be involved in some of the coolest adaptations of really the example fantasy literature. I mean, the Lord of the Rings example signature piece of fantasy literature, the Chronicles of Narnia, one of, I mean, along with, you know, some others like Wind in the Willows and such, great children's literature, but really, you know, so it's cool that Shane's going to be coming back. But no, the interesting casting announcements. First of all, we have Gary Sweet, who is playing Captain Drinian, and unfortunately, I feel kind of bad because I haven't actually seen a lot of these movies these guys have been in. So I'm a little bit, I can't really say much. I can say I like his looks. I don't know if they're going to give him, you know, a wig, or if he's going to grow his hair out or whatever. But he certainly has a commanding look about him, which I think is important. And I think that's the role of Drinian, though it's sometimes, it'd be easy to kind of get that role, to kind of forget it, oh yeah, yeah, there's a captain. You know, it is important because you have King Caspian, who is, he is the one in charge, ultimately. He is the ruler. However, you have a ship's captain. Caspian is not a ship's captain, and you need that authority figure to captain the ship and to command the men. Almost a little bit more micromanaging than Caspian would be. So it's an important role. And again, this is unfortunate, I can't really say much. I do like his looks, though. I like the look he looks like he'll be bringing. As for Arthur Angel, you know, I always pictured Rhince as a bigger guy. I don't know. I just always thought, even if I was reading a book like Treasure Island, I always thought the first mate would just be kind of the big guy, you know, more of a muscle man. But and maybe he will come across as that sort of. But so he doesn't really look like how I imagined him. But you know, he could do okay, I guess. He's only got 14 credits on his filmography on the IMDb.com, the Incompetent Movie Database, and the only thing, anything noteworthy in there was Ghost Rider, which I never saw. I'm not necessarily going to go out and see it just to see him, but anyway, so he did Ghost Rider. You could probably go on YouTube, find some clips of him. Bruce Spence. This is an interesting one. This is the one I'm actually, I'm really looking forward to seeing in Don Treader. I have not really seen his signature piece is Mad Max, and I never saw Mad Max, but I did see, well, episode 3 doesn't really count. He was all CG'd or makeup or whatever it was in that movie. And so that doesn't really count. Yes, I saw him in that. I did see, although I'll come back to that. I'll come back to episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, in case you didn't know what episode 3 was. He was in Lord of the Rings, the extended version. So if you just went to the theaters or got the standard edition, you missed him. He plays the mouth of Sauron in The Return of the King. And I also saw him in Matrix. He plays a train man in Matrix, and there is a clip of him on YouTube. I don't know if I haven't checked recently. I don't know if it's I don't know if there's foul language or not. But anyway, it's interesting that he's being chosen for this, and I'm really looking forward to him. First of all, I liked him in everything I saw, but I think one thing that's so interesting is, and one thing that lends him credibility, because people want this guy. I mean, guys are doing these movies and they might have a small role. They go, oh, we should get Bruce Spence for this role. He'd be so good. You know, whether it's the train man in Matrix, you know, which Wachowski brothers going, oh, we should get this guy. You know, Peter Jackson going, oh, we should get, you know, Bruce Spence to do the mouth of Sauron, or whether it's, you know, George Lucas, you know, saying, you know, we should get Bruce Spence to be the weird alien that I don't really care about in this film, because I don't care about anything ultimately in episode 3. Whether, you know, all these guys who are wanting him for their film, it's kind of cool because apparently, and from what I've seen, though it's been limited, he's a capable actor, and he's kind of a character actor. He can become these different people, and I think that's just really cool. And a role like Rhoop, who's in case you don't remember, Lord Rhoop is rescued from the Dark Island, and sometime I might do an episode on that, because there's actually 2 different endings to the Dark Island chapter, based on different editions that Lewis did. He did a revised edition later, and changed the ending slightly. But anyway, it's an important role, and if the role is not genuine, if the character is not a character that seems real and authentic and in genuine distress, and can still seem like someone who was once in a high court, then of royalty, then it takes away from the significance of the quest, takes away from the significance of what they are doing, and also what the Dark Island will do to him. You know, the Dark Island is one of the most intense chapters in the whole book, and if they get the wrong actor, then it would be very bad. You know, it might not seem, you might not think, oh, let's see, what are the really important roles? Well, we have to, of course, get Reby Cheap right. We have to get, you know, of course, Caspian. We have to get Lord Byrne right. Sean Bean for Byrne. That's my hope. You know, we have, oh yes, we have to get Ramondu right. We have to get Koryokin right. He's a very important role. You know, you could skip over Rhoop. You really could, but he really is that one of the important characters in the book. And though it is a minor role, it doesn't mean that it's minor in quantity of time, not quality of time that he has in the book. So I am most excited about Bruce Spence. Maybe it's just because I've seen him more, albeit still not very much. But anyway, so that's my thoughts on the casting announcements for today. I'm excited. It's getting more and more fun to be a Narnia fan. So, hoist anchor, and further up and further in.